Here we are. It says we're live.
Hey, we're back.
It's Thursday.
Must be Thursday.
Yep. So let's see. We got some folks here in chat already. Scott Berger, welcome. Chris Bezos. Yeah. Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome to everybody that's watching right now. How are you tonight, Tony?
I'm good. How are you? You're having a full week.
I'm having a full week,
my friend.
Having a full week. Yeah,
raising them kiddos, man.
Yeah, started last week. My son had a little bit of a fever and then started complaining of body aches and whatnot, and he must have wanted to go play with your deer at some point because he ended up with Lyme's disease.
Man, I'm going to get blamed for feeding the deer. Now I'm getting blamed for Lyme disease. You guys are killing me, man.
Oh.
Good thing I have that good friend of mine feeding deer now. Oh, hell. Wait. Where'd he go? Oh, where did you go? Here he is.
What we got here?
My friend that's feeding deer now.
Oh man, Groucho.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Oh, good. At least you got somebody taking care of him.
Hey, I got good news today too.
What's that? Is your furniture coming?
Yes.
Yes.
I've been on these Adirondack chairs, plastic chairs, for over 2 weeks, man. Closer to 3. I got a call. They're coming Saturday, finally.
Oh man, so like from October to Saturday, you can't beat that. That's good for you.
That works. Yep. That works out good.
Good stuff. So no guests tonight. It's just you and I. So
that's right. We have good people in the chat room. We got Chris.
We do.
We got Scott. We got Get Good Dad. Michael Vanderpool's in the house.
There he is.
Right there you go.
Yep. So I clicked on his name. The first thing that popped up is that I can put user in timeout.
Wow.
I don't know if I'm going to do that to Mike.
Put the user in timeout.
There's Mr.
I don't know
Repko.
if you know this, but the Mr. Vanderpool's Lions are playing my Rams first game of the season.
So what's the bet between you two then?
We haven't discussed that yet.
Okay.
I think I have a Lion card or two. I might just send them anyway, whether I win or lose. So we'll see.
Okay.
Joseph Repko in the house. Hi, Joe.
Mike says he's going to be at the game.
Oh, nice. We got questions.
Yeah, we do.
Chris wants to know if I buy into breaks. If so, what breakers I like. I'm not really into breaks. I've done it just to be involved, and I did it earlier when I started with this whole card thing. And I would go in with Ben from Midwest Box Breaks, but I really have to get into Buck City Breaks one of these days, even if I buy it for myself or buy a spot for somebody else, because I see him doing good things, and I just want to support. But I'm not a breaker, but I do got to do a Buck City break, I think.
Yeah,
that's what I got.
mean, those are the two breakers I break with when I do as well.
Yeah, and I trust it. And I trust explicitly. Too.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say is, I trust them explicitly with anything. I mean, just before here, I was checking my email, and Chris at Buck City Breaks sent an email out to his entire mailing list saying, hey, appreciate you guys so much, for letting me be a little bit late on shipping. I mean, he communicates to everybody on a consistent basis, and it will acquiesce to folks' requests as well. I mean, it's those types of things that I think make a really good breaker. I'm sure there are many more out there.
I was just going to say the same thing. I'm sure there is too. I'm not into that part of it enough. I see from those two, like I know Ben built up a heck of a community on his. We'll probably have him on, get him on as a guest one of these times too. I was fortunate enough I got to meet him at the show that we went to in 22 at Atlantic City, and I got a picture taken with Ben. But Ben's class act. I like Ben. Yeah. And I saw Buck City Breaks. Wasn't Buck City Breaks just playing golf with Goldline?
With Goldline, they were in a charity golf tournament together. So
I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what makes the good breakers, right? Is the trust, the communication.
Right.
Again, there's probably quite a few out there. I know others. I mean, there's one actually right in my neck of the woods here who's, a pretty big one. But I've never gotten into any of his breaks just because two good folks are enough for me.
Right. I don't do breaks a lot either, like I said.
Yeah.
But we'd be remiss, Rip and Gypsy. I mean,
Sure.
do they do breaks? Right. So
they stopped doing breaks in 2021.
I wouldn't know because I'm not in that whole arena. So
yeah,
but they were great too. So
yep. Yeah, and I mean,
I would stay with just those two. That's
yeah,
my thing.
And they've supported me in my efforts of ripping for the Cure since day one. Rack of the day. I mean, so nothing but love to both of those gentlemen there.
Right. Did you post something about doing an early ripping for the Cure? Did I see that?
Yeah. So kind of wanted to see. It was a trial balloon.
Not a China balloon.
A trial balloon. So since May, when I did the original one this year, it was such a success, and they all have been. But this one in particular, I thought, man, I could do a second one this year. It was a lot of fun, and I've been thinking about it and ruminating on it, and it's still kind of sitting there. I haven't settled on if I'm actually going to do it yet or not. I got a couple of different things that I'm thinking about right now that, either to go different routes.
I just remember seeing that. I want to throw it out there.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if I do decide on it, everybody will know. So,
okay,
not going to hide it. So, Rick McKee, he's at work. He's going to catch it. Yeah. Rick's always at work.
When's he going to retire? I mean, I've seen his picture. He looks old enough, like he could have retired 10 years ago.
Well, I mean, if you see the conversation between, him, Nate, and Dave, I mean, Rick's in the retirement home already.
Without a doubt. So we got to make sure you mark this down. We got to get Nate and Dave on together one night.
Oh, jeez.
We have to. We got to figure that out.
I don't know if I could handle that. I would just sit back and let them talk.
It's worth the effort. Yeah, it's worth the try. I mean, but this is why we have this show.
Yeah.
People like I told you when we were talking about, we almost had a guest tonight, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
we almost had we had CardsKevin, and CardsKev, his father was going to stop by unannounced, so we're like, please stay with Dad. You don't need to be on here.
No.
Dad's come first. I don't have my dad since 2010, so if I got a chance to be with him, I'm getting rid of me and you too, and I'm going to go see Dad.
Yep. Oh, absolutely.
That's fine. So these things happen.
Yeah, and I mean, he was joining us tonight. I mean, because he is a good follow, and he had a rare night with, like, his wife was out of town, the kids were out of town too. So
the dad must have known they were all out of town too.
Exactly. Exactly.
Dad's sneaking off for a beer with Kev.
Yes. Garrett, Garrett, hey, welcome, man. I am wearing the Maslin hoodie tonight, so you'll see me looking over here quite a bit. They're actually playing right now. They're playing the NFL Academy from the UK out at the Nike headquarters in Beaverton, Oregon. It started out as a blowout. It was 14-0. It's going into halftime right now, tied at 14, which was quite a surprise, but I'm glad it's a good game. And I live for high school football. So, Tony, I need to ask you. So, Maslin, they're a powerhouse across the country. They can never schedule teams in the state of Ohio because they're an independent school and teams don't want to play them, and Maslin's willing to go anywhere. Ohio High School Athletic Association rules do not allow teams to travel outside of bordering states. This is a special occasion to get them out to Oregon because school hadn't started yet, so they were able to get it done. So we bring teams in from out of state. This year we're playing Bergen Catholic out of New Jersey. Tell me about Bergen Catholic out of New Jersey.
I will tell you, Bergen Catholic was closer to where I lived before I moved up here to Rockaway, but still in Jersey. When I was down, I went to Fairlawn High School. Don Bosco and Bergen Catholic were the perennial powerhouse teams.
Yep.
Bergen Catholic is the echelon of the powerhouse New Jersey football team.
Okay.
So that's it. I mean, I don't know. I don't follow them enough, like what they're doing this year, but always out there, they have people move to their town with kids because they want them to play, so they have to live there. It's crazy what they do for football. But I mean,
Yeah,
you saw Friday Night Lights, so you get the idea.
Oh yeah, we've played Bosco before, so we're familiar with them. I think we've played Bergen Catholic before too, but I'm not sure. Matty Slay, I am not
Bergen
a
Catholic's
Texan.
usually a little better. They're usually a little
Yeah,
better.
okay.
Bergen Catholic, they're top of the line.
Yeah, well,
I don't know how good they are.
those Catholic schools usually
Yeah.
are because they can recruit.
Oh yeah, they would have some big games over at Bergen Catholic at their high school, man.
Yeah,
Everybody would go. Even if you didn't go to that school, everybody would go watch those games.
Oh man, I love it.
When it got playoff time. I just got to mention one person in the chat.
Yeah.
Kyle Gonzalez is in the chat. He says, "What's up from the kitchen?" Because that's my son-in-law and my son-in-law and my daughter. They're in the kitchen with my wife because they came over because we want to celebrate my daughter's birthday a little bit because we're going to Ireland, and her birthday's going to be next week. So we wanted to do something before we left.
Well, happy birthday to your daughter. That's
Hi,
fantastic.
Kyle. Hi, Kyle in the kitchen.
What's up, Kyle? I want to address Matthew Slay's comment here. It's calling me. I do love high school football, and I am not a Texan. Massillon has been trying to get teams from Texas to come play them, and they refuse to. I'm a little biased on why they refuse to, but that's all right. So, Tony, you mentioned your daughter. You have 3 daughters. They're all a little older than my son. So my son's 6 years old.
My youngest just turned 29.
Okay. So my son started first grade today. First day of school is a huge deal nowadays. So tell me, when your daughters were in school, what was the first day of school like for them? Did you make this big deal, or did you just get them on the bus and have them leave?
It was like a big deal. We got to take pictures on the front porch. They hold the little sign. I have one too when I started my first year at school for a security guard, right? Yeah. So you have to take the picture. You got to get the sign filled out. And then your wife's usually going to cry when they go off, especially if they go off and they just like run away and don't even turn back to look at you. Yep. None of that's ever changed.
Okay.
It's always going to be the case. It's a big deal. And they have like grammar school graduations. We have 8th grade graduations. It's a big deal now.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's a big deal and I understand it 100%, but it's one of those things where, we compare like kids today to when we were kids and how things are. And I mean, obviously life changes. I don't remember the first day of school being that big of a deal. Like, I think my parents literally just said, go to school, get out of the house. Like it's that time of year.
Right. I remember my mom telling me that when she took me to the school, I walked right to the line with the other kids and never looked back. I just took off. She was very upset that I just walked off and left her. She thought I was going to be upset the whole bit.
That's Landon. That's Landon. He loves school. He's excited to see his friends again, and came home excited and tired. I picked him up. He goes to an after-school program as well. I picked him up, and my first question to him was, how was your day? He looks at me and goes, it was really long. Because last year we only had half-day kindergarten. So, it's a new experience for him, but he was excited for it.
Well, when he gets a little older and he starts going to middle school, you have him talk to me. I can tell him exactly what not to do in middle school because I'm the guy that's going to chase him out of the bathroom when he's on his cell phone. As a matter of fact, this year for school, I just got an email. They're having the 8th grade because I'm in the 6th, 7th, 8th, right? The 8th graders are on a pilot program for storage locker for their cell phone, their iPads, not cell phone, AirPods, and smartwatches.
Jeez.
They put it in homeroom, they lock it up, and they get it at the end of the day.
Man. It's crazy.
It's nonstop with those kids. They're always out. They're always having and you can cheat on the test too and stuff. But anyway, that's not why we're here.
Yeah. No, tonight we're here to banter tonight. I think that's all about it. Garrett here, stay in school. So you saw the big rack that Garrett got, right?
Oh yeah.
I gotta just gush on Parker, his son, man. He he texted or sent me a message like 3 hours before that card was ending. He goes, "We got to do this," and his excitement behind it just fueled it. And so actually, Kevin, who was going to be on tonight, I got in touch with him and was like, "This card ends at midnight. Like, can you help?" I didn't think I was going to be able to stay up, and it was crazy. Everybody in that chat was up watching that card to make sure we got it. I mean, it's probably one of the most exciting racks I've ever been a part of. And
the racks are just great, man.
Yeah, Garrett here says his wife was in on it too. I didn't know she was in on it, Garrett, but I'm glad to hear that the whole family got to be a part of it.
Well, I'm glad they lied to you, Garrett. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
So I just see on the chat room. Oh yeah, Scott wanted to. Yeah, Rockaway. Yeah, it's just a little bit past Parsippany, Scott. Right up Route 80.
So we had a few different. We had 3 questions from the Twitter post I put out. So I'm just going to ask them in order here, and just give our opinion. Chat, give your opinion as well. The first one was, do you think we're in a junk wax 2.0 era? It seems like an overproduction of cards is going on right now. Tony, what do you think?
I tend to agree that there's like product after product after product, and I'm more of I'll go on eBay or I'll watch, like we said before, we talked about when we were off there, Card Story, right? On his Wednesday night stream. I'll look for vintage. I'm looking to add to my PSAs of the 1965 tops. And I'd rather do something like that and buy a single card that I like than pay for a box. Maybe has 3 autos in it, and the autos are nobody that's really done anything.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you just feel like it's kind of like the stock market and gambling.
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot. I mean, I love the idea of ripping. Ripping's great. I love it. You find something, but I'd rather just go after a card I like and then.
Sure. No, I agree. I mean, I'm trying to like conceptualize junk wax 2.0. I mean, I think you could look at it really 2 different ways, right? I mean, we look at what it was, when the junk wax era really was there. They were just mass producing the same card over and over and over. I mean, the legendary story is that Upper Deck Griffey. There's over 1 million of them out there. I mean, so that's junk wax to me. Now I think what you said is there's a lot of product. Maybe there's less of singular cards, but now there's a lot of product. And I mean, I'd look at it and just take, tops, for example. I mean, you got their flagship Series 1, Series 2, but then you got Chrome and Chrome Update Series, Update. I mean, there's all of these different things, and then they have all their other products, and then you got all the other companies too. I like opening a box just as much as the next person does.
Sure.
But again, to your point, do I want to grab 3 autographs of folks that doesn't matter to me, and then I'm spending a couple $100 on that box? It's not really worth it to me,
Right.
But,
I agree. That's me too.
But, but
to each his own.
Yep. But
People
I mean,
love it. That's fine.
I do buy boxes. I don't go crazy with them. I tend to stick to, we were talking about Ben, I'm in Ben's break club. He has some really great prices on those boxes. That's where I get my boxes from. And it's just a fun thing. And, I don't think I'm your typical collector or hobby person either. So like every card that I get, it ends up somewhere else. I've told that story 1,000 times. These cases back here is my entire collection, and it doesn't go beyond that. So,
but it's been like, it started with the cards, but it really did become more of the people, we people grading the cards. We've said it before. It's a terrific group. I have so many people that help me out with kids, for my students. I was looking for something today, and I had to go down in my basement. I got a bunch of cards on a shelf, boxes, and I have one guy, Todd Moorer. He sent me more boxes for students. I can't believe he keeps paying for shipping and sends it to me. And I got to find out. It's at Fake Bill Parcells. That's
Mm-hmm.
At Fake Bill Parcells. He sent me more stuff all the time. I had to tell him, stop. Just get what you're paying in shipping. I'm okay for now.
Yeah,
But,
we enjoy it. Joey Doves is here. Joey Doves is in chat, and I don't know if you know this or not, but Joey's been going for his master's degree. And today was his first day of student teaching. So I'm going to ask you, Joey, how was your first day of student teaching? And if I remember correctly, is it for first grade? There it is.
Brightened up his day.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So
good luck with the masters, Joey. Two of my daughters just got their masters. They just got theirs.
I saw a post today. So talking about the junk wax there, I saw a post somewhere today of a guy took a picture, and it was just a mountain of blaster boxes and hobby boxes. And I don't know if they were opened or unopened, doesn't really matter. But the caption was, "I think I have a problem. This is just 1 month's worth of purchases." I mean, there had to be a couple hundred boxes, and I'm not exaggerating on this. I mean, it was probably the craziest thing I've ever seen. That to me goes back to your comment about, it's gambling. It is, junk wax. Maybe to that guy it is, but that's a lot.
That's too much.
Yeah,
too much. Have you ever switched your collection around?
What do you mean?
Like, I have a bunch of like Hall of Fame autos on card autos. Some guys. I had like, for instance, I just sold. I don't know if you know. Amy Michael is on Twitter, and he's a big Jeff McNeil fan. I had the 1 of 1 he needed to complete a rainbow. It's a gorgeous card. And I kept telling him, I'm not selling it. And then finally I'm like, it means more to him than it does to me. I'm going to sell it. I think I sold it at a discount. Then he tried to give me more money, like $15 more. And I said, nope, I don't want it. It's going to the house that it needs to be in. It's completing your rainbow. I know what it's like to try to get one of those completed, especially if you need the 1 of 1 and someone else has it. It's not easy. So I sold him that, and I'm going to turn around and take that money, even though I'm a Mets fan. I like the card to have a 1 of 1 Nimmo right next to it. And I'm going to continue with, like I said, 1965 Topps PSA cards. And I'm going to put the money towards like maybe a mantle or something.
Okay.
I need more money than that. But I mean, every once in a while, I just change the whole thing around. I mean, the card's been sitting there for a while. It means more to him than it does to me. I got some money out of it, so we're good.
Yeah, I mean, I have my collection. I have my guys, but certainly if I have something that somebody else it's going to be more meaningful to them, I'm more than happy to give it up. But I do tend to change my mind on what my collection is and looks like.
So does Joe Repko.
Yes, yeah. So I don't think I've ever really settled on anything. The one thing I've settled on is the consumption of my collection. So I've got it narrowed down to specific players and specificities of those things. So everybody knows I'm a big, Indians Guardians fan, but I don't need every single card of every single player that ever played for.
No, I'm the same way. I go for like a lot of eye appeal too.
Yeah, right.
Like I'll take a PSA 5 over a 6 if the 5 is centered better than the 6. Something like that.
Sorry that you're doing this.
That's okay. We get to see the football jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just got this, and I got to check to see what I have. So this is in one of the repacks I got from Zach, but a PSA Munson 71.
Nice.
Yeah. So he's a PC guy of mine. Not a Yankees fan, but he and my father played high school baseball together. So
that's great.
I collect him, and I have his career run. I got to check and see what grade that one is. So, but yeah, I mean the collection's always evolving, I would say. There's Donnie. I thought Donnie would like that. Here, Donnie will like this one too that he's in here.
How many Yankees are you going to pull out for Donnie?
Here, Donnie, like that one. Mattingly. And then these two as well. 2 Judge rookies, which I might burn these two. He destroyed my Guardians this last 3 games.
Well, I would pull out my Don Mattingly Dunross rookie, but my house is still getting put back together since we had to work on it. Now the couches are coming, so I don't have everything put back into place.
Yeah. But yeah, it's certainly evolving.
You collect, like everybody says, you collect what you like,
Exactly.
So I have one here. It's an older. Where are we? Larry Doby.
That's my guy. There you go.
Right now,
Yep.
the thing he went to the same high school as both my parents.
Oh,
He went
nice.
to Eastside High School in New Jersey, and they finally a few years ago they changed they named the ballpark that's over there at Eastside to Larry Doby Field.
Yeah.
So, but stuff like that means a little something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Went to the same school, so something like that you collect.
It's like my newest. It's like my newest career run that I'm going to start is Stan Musial. Because 2 reasons. One, him and my son share a birthday, and Stan Musial was born 30 minutes from where we live right now. So
it takes. Yeah,
there's this little bit of a connection. Good ball player, good guy.
And you make sure Landon, he knows the story too. So when God forbid the time comes you pass away, they have a little bit of something from Dad.
Yep.
I got a question for you.
Yeah,
if anybody wants to put it in the chat room too. What 1 or 2 cards did you sell that you wish you never sold or didn't have to sell, or you regret getting rid of that you wish you had? Any?
I don't have anything that I regret selling.
Regret's not the right word. Maybe you had to sell something.
No, well, okay, all right. So
do you wish you had it back?
Yes. So I'll answer that question because
that's phrased better.
Yeah, I had every top set from 1982 to 2000. My parents put it together for me as my collection, and adult life happened. I needed money, and I sold my entire collection. Everything, not just those. I could care less about this other stuff, but if I could have those back, that would be something that I certainly would wish back in my life.
Well, nothing, life altering, but and not that you can't go back and get another one. Well, that you might not be able to get back, but a single card, like I sold the 1999 Sports Illustrated Jim Brown auto. I liked.
Wow.
I could probably go. Yeah, it was nice. And when I sold it, they were like well over $600 a card now.
Yeah.
And then I had a 66 Mantle. Kind of been chasing it, but I think I'm going to let it go. I might just stick with the 65s, not go for that anyway. But some of those were like, regret's not the right word. So I had it, wish I still had it, but I don't know if I'm going to do it again or not. But anybody got anything in the chat with that?
Yeah, it looks like here. So Joe Repko, 2023 Bowman's Best of 5 Bobby Witt Jr. Red Lava. Whoa. Yeah.
Cash, Donnie sold in 71 Munson.
I think Donnie's got more Munson cards than anybody alive right now. Which I'm not mad about. So yeah, it's good stuff. Right now I don't know if I have a card in my collection that I would sit here and say, man, I wish. No, I take that back. all of my fellers, like if there's ever a time where I just say I'm out of this and I get rid of them, that would be it. If I had to get rid of them, that's a different story. But if I just give up one day and I'm like, I'm done and I get rid of them, those I would probably in a few years want back in my life.
Right.
Especially especially the 39 Gaudi that I was racked a few years ago from this group.
Nice. Yeah, I'm not really attached to any of them really. I love looking at them. Like I'm sitting here and I can see I got my one of my Bo Jackson autograph cards. Nice. My 65s are great. Got that nice Gale Sayers. I think it's 69. That's through the pink background.
Mm.
And playoff contenders 99 Kurt Warner PSA 9 autograph.
Yeah, how about this one from Chris?
Ooh. And where's the car now?
Yeah.
The car now, Chris.
It's those types of things, right? Those cards there, those are tough, because they don't come on the market very much.
Chris, what kind of car did you repair, Chris? That's the question. What did you repair? Was it a Toyota Celica Supra, 1989? What did you repair, Chris? Chris, did you run away? Oh, man.
You know what I mean, this doesn't surprise me a lot in here. Like, people are saying I don't have regrets selling the cards because Matty Slay. We took 2 recent trips, recently. That's fantastic. Joe, it's funding his master's degree. Scott Berger said they went straight to charity in fundraising. So it does not surprise me that this group is saying those types of things.
Right.
This I think sums it up right here. Not that. This right here. Do I miss them? Sure, but I had I had great experiences.
And you had it.
Yep.
And you owned it. You had it. You looked at it. It was in your hand.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I thought Chris probably repaired an AMC Gremlin, but I don't think he was alive when the Gremlin was here.
No, it's
I worked on those in the gas station. Damn. Whew. I'm old.
So we're kind of like on this topic right now. Art Hinojos on Twitter asked us, why is there such a stigma against raw cards? I'm an old school collector and feel graded cards are just another form of money grabbing.
Well, you go first.
I was going to say, so I don't grade cards. Like if I pull a card, I'm not going to grade it. And the main reason, I don't want to spend the money and I don't want to wait. So that's why I don't grade cards. I don't mind them. The cards I do like to grade are the vintage cards that I have.
Correct.
And it's for one reason only. I know they're authentic. I don't care about the number. I don't care about the value. I know those cards are authentic. That's the only reason I will grade.
I'm the same way, but and like you said, authentic. But my other reason would be most of them I'm probably buying off of eBay because I went to the card store the other day and I sold some stuff. They have like no vintage in the place. Everything is all this new stuff. So if I'm buying vintage, I'm on eBay. Besides the fact it's raw, I can't tell. Like a lot of these guys say, "Oh, this is a PSA 5." How do you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
You're writing this in your. I don't know. And you got to take that card and you got to you go like this with it. You got to look at the surface area. I don't know what I'm buying for that amount of money. Right. I just know if it says PSA, this is the grade. It's authentic, and it's going to be that good of a card.
Yep.
I know what a 5's supposed to look like. If this guy tells me it's a 5, it's not graded. I get it in the mail. I'm like, it's not even a 5. Look at these corners. You can't tell. So that's why I'll do that. But it's with vintage only.
Yep. Yeah.
Like my 65s I like. So.
And I think, if I ever decided to collect any real modern cards, I would grade them if they're going to stay in my PC. Like, that's really it, but I don't have any reason. I'm not one of these guys right now, at least, that is going to get a card, grade it, and sell it. It's because it's going to up the value.
No, I would. If I have some cards, I wouldn't mind getting graded. Like I have one here. It's under my desk. It's the 1965 batting leaders. It's Clemente, Aaron, and Mays. It looks like it's in really great shape. I would do it, but just for myself to keep.
Yeah. Ironically, though, I do have a 7-card submission sitting at PSA right now. I just sent off a few weeks ago, but they're all PC cards too. So, and the reason I sent them off is because they go with career runs where all the other cards are graded as well. So, I mean, it just fits into the collection.
Right. And I've never sent anything for grading.
Yeah. Scott's got a good question here for us. I mean, look, I think vintage is probably 60s and earlier as well.
I agree.
I can't wrap my head around calling the 80s vintage. It just doesn't sit right with me. Maybe it's because I'm calling myself vintage at that point too. Who knows?
I will say vintage, and this is what these kids today are missing. When we got our cards, it was like gambling. We would have them. We put rubber bands around them. Of course, we weren't keeping them for what we knew they were going to be like. And I'm talking like 1965, like the first set I really started going after buying in the candy store. We'd go find a wall. We'd scale them against the wall. We'd play tops with our tops cards, and you just keep scaling against the wall. As soon as your card landed on another guy's card, you collected all those cards. Those were yours.
Right.
So we always kept our better cards on the bottom, so we didn't scale them right away. We always kept putting them on the bottom. And then sometimes we'd do one-on-one, just flip a card, and we'd call like heads or tails or opposite, and then you'd flip it, and you'd watch how it landed. If it was on the face-up both sides, you called heads, you took both those cards. So we always played with them, gambled with them like that too. And these kids missed all that kind of stuff. Man, it was great. And those were vintage.
I'd love to see kids do that today. I don't know who would freak out more, the kids or the parents.
And you're scaling against the wall. You're bending the corner as soon as it hits the wall. You're not thinking, here goes Willie Mays. Here's Mickey Mantle. We didn't care.
What's funny is I don't know, whatever year Wander Franco was a rookie and like the hot guy, we went out to spring training in Arizona to see the Guardians, and in their team store they had cards, packs of cards for sale, and Landon wanted to get a pack, so sure, go ahead, get a pack. Open it up, he's thumbing through and pulled out a Wander Franco rookie, and hey, doing whatever with it, and I posted the cards, and somebody said, I can't believe that you let your son bend the corners or whatever like that. And I'm like, what do I care? He's 3 years old. Like, get fun with him. It is what it is.
That's what we did. Yeah, I know.
Sure, we want to take care of these things, and because, they do cost us money and whatnot, but at the same time, it's still a fun hobby. That's what it is. It's a hobby.
That's it. And you collect what you like. You have fun. I will say this, though. I'm an auto sticker snob. I like on-card autos. I really don't want a sticker.
Okay.
So like I said, I have a handful of Hall of Fame autographs up there. Guys that actually have beautiful signatures, like who's up there? Raleigh Fingers, Dale Murphy, Lou Brock, a whole bunch, and they're all on card. I don't like sticker autos. Not for me.
So Dave McCoy sent me this on-card auto about a month or so ago. I'm with you. I like on-card. I like in-person on-card autos like this. It's a little more meaningful. Sue's put out a question the other day in her card chat about that, and my answer was in-person autos are probably my favorite, because at that point you're getting a card that you like, signed by the player you like, instead of hoping you pull something out of a pack.
Well, I got to tell you about one card I did buy. I saw this card on eBay, and I posted it on Twitter. I said, here's this Jim Everett 24 karat, right?
Oh yeah.
So
look at Chris.
It's a sticker, and I said, I would only buy this if I could send it to Jim Everett and have him sign it on the card. So we follow each other, and I've talked to him before on Twitter. He messages me, send it. He gives me his address, so I sent it. He signs the bottom of it.
Oh, that's really cool.
Jim Everett on card auto, and kept my freaking marker and didn't mail it back.
Well, hey, you got a dual signed Jim Everett card. I don't think anybody else can say that.
Sticker and on card. He's a terrific guy, by the way. He's just a really good guy. But he did keep my marker. But after I saw it in blue, I wish I would have sent there like a white marker instead. But that's it. That's the story.
Yeah, Scott's got a good comment here. You know what I do, Scott, is when we're watching an NFL game and they have the team logos on there, I have Landon tell me what the team name is just based on the logo, And as you can imagine, 6-year-olds' minds are wild. Some of the names that he comes up with.
I'd watch the Mets with my dad. And this is even when I was like older. I stopped by the house for watching the games. And he had 2 hearing aids. So he really couldn't hear the announcers. So he'd just be reading the back of the jerseys. And after a while, I wouldn't even correct him anymore. He'd just be like, the Mets got to get rid of this guy. I don't know who this Bobby Bonilla is, but this Bonilla has got to go. and that was an easy name. It has some buttes, man.
Oh man,
I don't know
Vanilla.
who. And it's Vanilla. I don't know. It's Vanilla. Yeah, okay, whatever. That's fine.
It's so fun. It's so fun. The last question we had on Twitter here was from Rick McKee. He said,
He's still here?
No, he's at work.
He's working.
Yeah, he's at work. It says here, what can we as a community do or do better to further your mission? So
what's our mission, Eric?
There's a lot going on. I think what this community can do is really just continue doing what you're doing, amplify the people that are doing the good stuff, and make sure that people are seeing it. I can't remember who it was recently. Oh, it was Wes with that Patrick Mahomes card.
Yes.
He posted yesterday, I was trying to stay anonymous with this, and my answer to him simply was, we can't let these people stay anonymous. We have to highlight the people that are doing good things. And I'm at a point right now where we really need to get this. Maybe is something I'm trying to do personally. We need to get industry partners to recognize all of this stuff here. So it's a goal that I have with Rack of the Day, is trying to get industry partners now involved a little more than what they already are. But I really think it's just really showcasing everybody and putting them on a pedestal. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's taken me a long time to accept that. But that's what this hobby is now built upon, is good people. I think that we've moved away from the flipping and investing and all of that stuff.
Did you mean to say GoodFollows?
I meant to say GoodFollows. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. And look, speak of the devil, there's Wes in chat now.
Hello, Wes.
But harness the good, shield the bad is anonymous. We can't be. We can't stay anonymous.
This is part of the reason for me wanting to do this GoodFollows show. We could have had CardsKevin on today. I've interacted with him so many times. I don't know exactly what he looks like, or I just know from the Twitter handle, we're talking, he sends me something, I'll send him something back. I want people to see these people with this show. And if everybody isn't following who's in the chat room, if you're not following Grant, West, Garrett, if you're not following Joe Repko, Chris, we talked about Chris Betos before me and you came on the show.
Yeah.
Right? We said, he's going to be in the chat already. And I'm like, and he's another one, Chris. He's like another behind the scenes guy that does really good stuff, and he doesn't want to take any credit for it.
Right.
Right. I've seen him do multiple. He's helped me out.
Oh yeah. And I get it. I mean, I really do. You don't want everybody to know your business and what you're doing. And that's fine. I totally get that. But there are times when it needs to be said. And I love what Garrett said here. This month with Rack of the Day, the charity we're doing is the Wichita Children's Home. Garrett's so invested in that from a personal standpoint. But to see the recognition that we get, as a group that's raising money. I mean, I'm in Pittsburgh, whenever I sell a card, for the Wichita Children's Home, I get a question from somebody in Topeka. Oh, do you live in Wichita? No, I don't. I live in Pittsburgh. But it gives me an opportunity to share with them why I'm supporting this, And
right.
It just creates that community and creates that conversation. And, we got to put it out there. I mean, it really simply is that. Just last night, I had a guy reach out to me through the Rack of the Day website that I have. saying, hey, you know, I followed you on Twitter. I'm trying to get in contact with you because my son pulled a redemption from your national rack packs. That's great. I mean, I want to use the website that I have. I felt bad I didn't follow him because, to be honest, the profile, there was no picture on it, and it was like an incomplete profile, so I kind of stay away from those.
Totally get it.
But after he told me who he was, I went back and I followed him, and he's like, yep, my son hit this jersey, and my other son in the other pack that he got pulled $100 in cash out of it, which was one of the hits I had in there. So, I mean, it created a conversation then too around like what his sons collect and what they were doing at the national and those types of things. So, you know, I don't think I would have shared that if we weren't having this conversation, just because it was kind of, you know, back end stuff. But these things need to be shared.
Yeah,
Scott,
absolutely.
have a good evening, man.
Have a great night, Scott. Thank you. Yeah, I know they want to stay anonymous, but there's, you know, really good people doing good things. This is, you know, part of it. Just, and only because there was so much negativity lately on Twitter or X, and I was like, you know, you're not following the right people, man. I'll say it every week. Start following every single person that's in this chat right now. I know we don't get a ton of people, but they're great people. I hope they're all following. And I'm not sure if I'm following somebody on here either. I'm going to check that out later.
Yeah, I mean, they really are all great people. Speaking of great people, Che just popped in the chat, says he's stuck on I-64 traffic, so I know that's not fun. Speaking of Che,
yes, I was just going to say.
Speaking of Che, so Tony's going to be in Ireland next week. Next 2 weeks, or just next week?
No, I think I missed 2 Thursdays.
Okay. So Tony's going to be in Ireland next week, which means I'm going to fly solo for the most part. Next week,
I'm sure you have this.
Next week we probably won't be on Thursday because Landon's baseball schedule just came out and he has practice on Thursday during this time.
Family first, and that's why Scott had to leave. Yep,
absolutely. So last night Che and I were talking, and I told Che that I was going to reach out to him actually. And invite him on to be our guest / co-host next week too. So I think next week is going to be on a day that Che and I can agree on to do a show together. So
nice. Of course, I'd love to be on with Che, but we can do that another time.
Yep. So there's a comment for you, Tony, from Wes.
Yep. Wes, what are you doing? How far away from New Jersey are you, Wes? I'll give you the key to the shed. The corn's in there. My neighbor's supposed to be feeding them, not me. Not me. The guy that looks like this is feeding them lately. We don't want our neighborhood Karen on my ass.
Oh man, it still baffles me that somebody complained that you're feeding deer.
The sad part is, one of the other neighbors was a friend on Facebook who I got rid of, showed the other one the videos. The videos down. I blocked that neighbor, and kind of like feeding them on the down low a little bit.
Yeah. Keep feeding them. That's fine. So.
Yeah, I agree. Especially when you see the babies. I can't. How do you not do it?
I know. I get it.
Right. So, Wes, I'll leave the key for the shed under the mat. I'll DM you my address. I'm usually here 3 times a day. Mrs. Kravitz is here at 8:30, staring in the window every morning. I kid you not. Well, we got anything else or what? We've been on a while, me and you.
Yeah, I think we're good. We've gone on almost an hour here. I think we had some good conversation. You enjoy Ireland.
I'm going to try. I'm going to enjoy my couch this Saturday more probably.
There you go. There you go.
Man, 3 weeks.
Glad that's coming in for you. And hey, we'll catch up when you're back. And appreciate everybody popping in tonight.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Really appreciate you checking in. And it's a great group, man. Great group.
Yeah.
All right.
Have a good one, folks. Take care.
Talk to you when I get back.
All righty. Bye.